And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. We got a full house today.
Oh, yeah.
How's everyone doing today?
Doing great, Brian. What's up, dude? Good to see you.
What a
tired,
day,
dude.
though.
Yeah,
What
what
a
a day
day.
yesterday. Obviously, the watch party, the company of Jason in the house, dude. The gaming. But super stoked to be here. Recap it all. Huge weekend, honestly, for sports. Let alone just yesterday. With obviously the Stadium Series game, but super pumped to be talking about it.
And how about the gaming from yesterday? We were just talking about that pre-show.
Yeah,
Kev
dude.
Dude still a little embarrassed.
Yeah,
the
dude.
weeks and weeks of smack talk, and then somebody got smacked.
You threw him in the grinder. over
Yeah,
there for Madden.
yeah.
Brutal, dude.
That's how we started with the gaming corner, and then we had two legendary games. Me versus Jimmy, which went down to a 50th-yard field goal after the onside kick,
Kinda
which was
crazy.
crazy, after missing the 2-point
Yeah, like,
conversion.
what a crazy sequence, dude.
And then the Michael 2K match, 2-point game, Tatum.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
I mean, the Buckta brothers went down pretty hard. Honestly.
Yeah,
Like they were
yeah.
0 for 2 for the Buckta family there. So kind of tough, but great games, dude. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan, did you catch any of the highlights from the games yesterday?
The hockey game?
No. The gaming,
I did. I tuned in. I saw Mike playing 2K.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I got it quick, maybe like a couple minutes. But I did see a little bit of the gaming corner at night.
At night.
I just couldn't believe I recovered the onside. I think obviously the rules, everything. I can't remember the last time I recovered an onside kick in Madden. Honestly,
Dude, I can't remember.
Never happened.
I've seen anyone do that.
it was a half
Yeah.
of the distance, half the meter, and it just happened to hit off his hand, and
And then
my
the
guy was right
53
there.
yarder after getting iced.
Yeah, after missing, I think two
You
extra
chunked
points.
2 extra points,
Yeah.
dude. Crazy.
Yeah, unbelievable sequence.
Unbelievable, Michael.
He's undefeated.
And I believe we do have some comments to get started with here.
We do.
Oh yeah. And if you could introduce yourself, my bad, I blanked out.
one
But
night.
we do have a special guest here.
Special guest.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, Aaron Such. Me and Tony played rugby together for.
Oh.
And currently work at Sacred Heart, and me and Tony do a lot of work together for live event.
Hell yeah.
They do all
Great time.
And
Yeah.
other than Rangers, what else? What other teams you fans of?
I don't know if I should say that on there. I'm a Cowboys fan, unfortunately.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay.
Miserable existence, but I kind of two dogs in the race for me for sports. I kind of just watch as a casual fan for everything else.
So Cowboys, Rangers, you're saying?
Cowboys, Rangers.
Okay, gotcha. And we're not really anti-Cowboy here because nobody's really a big Giant. Nobody's
Yeah,
a
no.
Giants fan, so I don't have a problem with the Cowboys. Seems like the rest of America does, but I don't.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
tough, dude.
I mean, obviously there's been some playoff collapses, this and that, but at the end of the day, there's talent on the team, and it would be kind of interesting to see them in a big spot. It's been a long time. Yeah.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
Draft somebody cheap. Let Dak run the work. Defense has to get 10 times better.
Yeah, I mean, I just think regardless, they need somebody in between the tackles because then you keep Pollard fresh, 150 carries, then you'll see the version we saw 2 years ago versus last year.
I think that they would have benefited so much from honestly keeping Zeke.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the cap hit was
Right.
crazy high, but again, I'll say it like how many teams who've won a Super Bowl have a marquey running back? Right? A big name.
Yeah,
Like,
and the Niners had a chance with McCaffrey, but
doesn't matter.
just short.
Still don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, you're right. You're definitely right about that. Did you catch the whole Rangers game yesterday?
He went to the game.
How was
Oh,
that?
you were at the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay,
to
right.
answer your
Yeah.
first question, no.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
He's
day.
like you, Brian,
Uh-huh.
where he left early.
That's not a typical thing. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
a typical.
But you were
I'm
tight.
What?
You were tight.
I'm
That's
very upset that I left early. Yeah.
no,
well,
no. But I mean, you left early because you were pissed at what you were
no,
seeing out there.
No, no. My brother had probably too many drinks the night before, and honestly, I think between the elements and the drinking of the day, he had to tuck out early. My father felt bad, so we took him home. It was 5-3 with like 8 minutes left in the third period.
Yeah,
and,
that's
like, right
tough.
as we got outside, we started hearing the pops.
How was the cold?
During the tailgate part of the day, the sun was great. It was the wind was kind of unbearable at times, but the sun was a nice break. Once you're in the stadium, I mean, MetLife's a wind tunnel.
Yeah,
it's like such a terrible building for any sport event.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no, you're right.
But it was
you're
all right.
But yeah, obviously, it must have been cool to be there regardless. But we do have some comments here, Riley. If you want to get to those, we do. Kev Do coming in with a let's go. We want the smoke. Big shout out to my friend Bukta. What a win for the Rangers yesterday. Couldn't have watched it in any better setting than with TCA, and the DTV family.
Dude.
Josh B with a let's go.
Josh
What a
B.
day yesterday. Thank you guys for being such awesome hosts. Hashtag company adjacent pirates. Hashtag sportsport. Hashtag downtime TV. Kev Do. Hashtag company adjacent pirates. Hashtag downtime TV. Hashtag sportsport. Hashtag Tatum the GOAT. I agree with. Shout out Kev Do. Tatum is the GOAT. Barnes, bro. I would say my picks are better than my Madden play. LMAO.
Yeah,
Not for the playoffs.
sure, dude. Not the playoffs.
And Kev Do with a fuck the count.
And honestly, just
just
for
how
the
it
sake
goes.
of it, I did mention this already yesterday. I don't know if we were on air when I said this, but just because Kev likes to go back and forth, the one thing that I was dying laughing at what he was saying was he was like, yeah, I was expecting you to be the Chiefs, just like throw the ball over. And it's just like everybody knows I'm running the ball down your throat.
Yeah.
I've done it for, how many gaming corners?
Like I was saying, have you ever watched like Brian play here? Like,
have
never
45
throws,
pass
dude.
attempts.
Yeah,
Yes,
dude.
Kelsey when it's 3rd and 8,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
need to pick up
sure.
a first.
So funny.
Thought
But
that
you,
was.
you were the Bills.
I was the Bills. Yes,
Right.
both games
Both games you
actually.
were the
Just
Bills,
happened
yeah.
luck of the draw. So yeah, that was
Wow.
good stuff. Looking forward to the full 27 tomorrow.
Yes, dude,
That's gonna
tomorrow
be
night
dope.
is going to be sick. I
Yeah.
haven't played the show in a while.
Yeah.
Too, so that's going to be
Yeah,
so much fun.
I've just done the derbies recently. I haven't played a game in forever.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see if we could get more than like 2 runs total on the board though, because I feel like
Yeah, I
every
think
time that happens,
last game was like 2-1. Or...
it's always 30 combined strikeouts.
Yeah, dude.
Do you play a lot of the show, Riley, or no?
I play a lot of the show. I play Diamond Dynasty. Love the show.
you're
I kind of
trash.
grew up on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Honestly, I always
I
thought
am the
by,
show.
by
I would
far
fucking
the
smoke.
best video game. Honestly,
It's a
Um,
great video game. It's kind of got shitty over the years, I'd say a little bit, but
You think
I think
so?
the next one I only have PS4,
Okay.
so the next one I think is probably just gonna be PS5 release.
Yeah,
which
no,
is really tough.
No,
for
but
me.
this year is PS4.
this
Right.
year, yeah, 2020.
Oh, but you're saying
Yeah.
the next
yeah,
one
that
after
comes
yeah.
out in March.
Yeah.
is
Yeah, that's
probably
tough,
gonna be-
dude. You gonna get next gen or what, dude?
Well,
Who are you waving to? You don't know anybody.
No, but I mean, there's
I'm
for
not-
this season
I
though.
need
It's
someone
going to
to
be on
gift it.
PS4.
Right. I'm saying, but moving forward, like
yeah. So I mean,
yeah.
they've got a while till then. Plus, you never know; they might still make it.
hopefully, I'm gonna
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
be gifted. The
No,
PS5.
because I'm in the same boat. I mean, I guess too, though, if it does come down to that a year from now, I mean, I'm sure the price of the PS5 will kind of be
Yeah,
down
it should be. Yeah, I
relatively
guess so, yeah,
compared to where it was.
Mhm.
So if that's the case, I guess so be it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Would you say? I mean, I guess I kind of feel like this for all sports games, but would you say nothing better, Riley, than for the show specifically the in-person head-to-head match?
I would say maybe the show's the worst one at that. Maybe
Really? Just because of
because
the angles? You're
of
saying?
the angle and the baseball. Like I think FIFA is the best. 2K actually FIFA 2K probably 1-2. MLB then NHL is the worst head-to-head game because you have an advantage going
Up
down.
and down,
Up and down is
yeah.
like a significant advantage. So that's why I don't like that. But the show is fun. We played a lot at the house.
Yeah,
guys.
and I just feel like though, but you know what? You put that aside, I still feel like it's just so much more fun than online in person.
Yeah, especially because
Yeah.
the
Oh,
lagging
yeah.
and no lagging is
Yeah,
huge. In the
yeah,
show.
you can't be that. Is Kev still chirping or no? Shout out. Okay,
Like,
shout out to the company
yep,
chairman.
Yep.
But yeah. So obviously, though, in general, yesterday was just unbelievable.
Oh my God,
and
dude.
obviously, we'll break down the game specifically, but just what a time and like the whole day, like literally, like flew by. I think we got out of here like 11 o'clock, a little before.
Yeah, probably. I mean, the game by the time everyone left, yeah, probably after 10, and then we were
Yeah.
hanging around.
Yeah,
So that was just a great time.
Mhm.
But let's start with the golf. We didn't get to see too much of it yesterday, just with the game going on. We did have the PGA Tour live coverage on before the game started. But Hideki Matsuyama, a big surprise, coming from a decent, amount back here to win by 3 strokes after posting a final round 62 to take home the Genesis Invitational. It's his 9th PGA Tour win and his first win in over a year. So obviously, congratulations to Hideki Matsuyama. Definitely something, I didn't see coming. You think back back to the start of this round, Cantlay led, he was 14 under. Matsuyama was 8 under. So he came from 6 shots back at the start of this round. Unbelievable. Of course, we've seen him win big tournaments before. And the thing that stands out, that Masters victory, started out great on the front 9, birdied his first 3 holes for a 32, but coming in a 30, including birdieing his last 3 out of his last 4. So, that's how you finish. And, I think he showed the world yesterday that that's why he's a major champion. And, I know the Masters win was a few years ago now, but I think he's just kind of telling everybody that he's nowhere near done. It's good to see him win. A nice guy, and been around the tour a while.
Nice guy.
No, I mean, it seems like he's popular with the
Confirmed.
players.
He does.
Confirmed,
And shooting a 62 round 4 too. I mean, like that tied a course record. I think. Anyone?
Rather?
It was one off the course record.
Oh, so 61 is the record. Okay.
But still, like the in beautiful Pacific
it's tough to hear that because then the first thing we think of course, is the Tiger WD.
Oh, yeah, true.
Which
Hideki winner at the Masters, though.
Yeah, Hideki winner at the Masters is true. But yeah, great tournament by him, and kind of related, both of them. We saw Tiger on Friday withdraw with the illness.
What do you think?
And then we had Cantlay talk about an illness, for shooting one over yesterday. But we'll start with Friday, and I want to go to Riley on this because me and Tony have talked about it briefly. But what do you think about that whole illness withdrawal thing
for Tiger?
Yeah.
I mean, Tiger's such a competitor, you got to think that it's something's wrong, obviously there. But why'd you do that? Why'd you react like that?
No, I'm just saying, like, no, just keep going. I'm thinking about it because it sucks. I wanted to see,
but no, he's such a competitor that I think had to be accurate. Something had to be wrong. They had the ambulance there for a reason. Hopefully he gets healthy. It's just, it feels like we're at that point now where Tiger, where this is going to happen a lot. Every tournament's going to be a comeback. It doesn't need to stretch a couple tournaments together. And it kind of went back to what we were saying on Friday, Barnes. It's just like, is this the new Tiger that we're gonna have to see?
I mean, you're right. I mean, it's something to be sad about. I mean, you're looking at the end of his round 1, 2, chunking that like shot off the fairway.
After that impressive shot to get it on the green,
to
show that he still has
between the trees. Yeah, I mean, that was sick to see that. That was a tight window, dude. I probably would have I would kill myself probably off the tree.
No, I said that. I literally said that. I would have.
Or I would have killed people in the crowd. That was right there too. They were like, we're not shying away. But nonetheless, you would imagine, like Riley said, I mean, in order for him to withdraw, I mean, something has to be, very wrong. So
a lot of people are blaming the In-N-Out.
I saw that. I saw that.
No. They were serving In-N-Out like after one of the practice rounds.
Yeah.
And
really?
he was going to town.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God,
had
really?
a full box of food.
Yeah.
And then the next day he had like
shitting himself.
I forgot who it was. Somebody here yesterday, I think, said that they figured he was just injured and just said that as like, so people aren't like on him, like, oh, he's injured, he's not going to make it back. Didn't somebody say that yesterday?
Yeah, I think somebody here said that.
Yeah.
It may have been Kev Dude. No, I don't know.
No, it definitely wasn't Kev. Maybe Josh.
Maybe
Could be
Michael.
Josh.
Maybe Michael.
I think it was Josh. But what do you think about that, Riley? Do you think there's anything to that, or you think he would have announced an injury if that was the case?
I don't know. I think it was illness, but I think there was a part of it where maybe he could have played with the illness if the back wasn't acting up too. Then you put both. Like he told us on Thursday, the reason he hit that shank was because of the back injury.
It's the spasm. Yeah.
Now, if you put an illness with that, it gives a better chance of why even am I going to keep going. So I think that's how to read it.
And then what did you make of too? It's been a while. We talked about Matsuyama, breaking his streak of starts without a win. Cantlay hasn't won in a while. Any thoughts there? I mean, kind of a choke job. I mean,
what 100%. I mean, I was sitting in my living room yesterday watching the pre-round coverage, being like, this is either Cantlay's or this is Shoffley's to lose. Like, it's gonna be one of the two. And for them both, I feel like their whole career has been this, where it's like they're great Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you get to Sunday, and it's like they were in the same group. They should have been going at it all day. Shoffley didn't have a birdie till 10. Cantlay didn't have a birdie till around 9, 10 either. Then you had a guy like Luke List making up ground. Hideki had a crazy round. So it's just like, it's the whole year. It's been like this for the whole career for Shoffley. Cannot get over the hump. Tied second at 3 out of the 4 majors in his career. Just can't get a win.
Yeah.
That's tough. You think he ever will?
I hope that he will, and I hope Cantlay does too. I like both of them, but you got to look at the facts now, and they just cannot perform on Sundays, both of them.
I think what it is, though, I wouldn't be surprised if they win a major, but it'll probably be like just one.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of golfers out there with just one, and like Brian Harmon, we talked about that getting his last year.
Yeah.
So I think that'll happen at some point. Aaron, do you follow the golf a lot?
I do.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
And play yourself?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I try.
Yeah.
What, a couple shanks or something?
No, I've never played with Aaron, actually.
So I've been trying to drag him out, even like the past couple of weeks.
Oh, gotcha.
Got the bug, so it's good.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I can never get enough of it. Riley's big with golf as well. Tony, last year really took a liking.
Yeah,
to it.
you've been getting me into it for sure.
Michael in the works.
Yes.
Yeah, he's excited for this year.
We're trying to hit a little bit during spring break when I don't have like class or anything during the day, and they don't have much going on. So
yeah, exactly.
Hopefully,
exactly.
Little tournament.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So.
And also from yesterday, Will Zalatoris. I think yesterday, only 2 under, maybe had more of a shot if you went lower. But I think all the time he missed to have a runner-up finish, I think that's a positive sign. And he was one of the more trending younger golfers that people had their eye on last year before that injury.
Yeah, and it was good to see him get back into it after the back injury, because it wasn't just the back injury with him. We saw beforehand with the yips, with the putting stroke. He went to that anchored putting technique now. His putting has got much more consistent. And it was good to see him striking the ball phenomenally yesterday. And it really felt good to see him back into it, because I was at the U.S. Open that he finished second at, and he was perfect the whole week, missed a 10-footer to send it to a playoff. And I just want to see him get back to that level. And the back injury was bad, and hopefully he's back to that.
Now Scotty Scheffler, another top 10, but it's kind of the same story with the putting woes.
Oh my God.
I believe I could be mistaken, but the Players next month will be a year since he's won a tournament.
That will be his last win.
So what do you think there? I mean, you think it's something he can work through, or I mean, what do you think is going on with him and the putting?
It's almost like a joke now. I feel like you see the graphic every Sunday. It's like, here's what Scotty Scheffler did this week. He was first in off the tee, second in ball strike, like fairways hit, and he was like tied 65th for like putting strokes gained. And it's like, and he still finds a way to get in the top 10. And I don't know. He went to a different putter this year. It looks like that hasn't really worked. He's working with a new coach, but I mean, I think this is going to be a career thing for him until he maybe gets another win with it. I don't know. It's just the putting has been atrocious.
You think it's a mental thing under pressure?
I don't think it's a mental thing with if you're that good of a golfer. It can't be like he doesn't struggle mentally.
So you think it's something like physically with how he putts?
It's got to be stroke related or like read related. Is he having the wrong reads? Is it? I know this year they went to his caddies not helping him make reads anymore, where last year they used to.
Oh no!
So now he's just doing the reads by himself. I don't know if they went back on that, but
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And I know he's played a lot in the early going. I don't have confirmation for the following week, but I know this week, he's off, not going to the Mexico Open. So, and then the following week is the new, Honda Classic. I guess they call it the Cosnient, at PGA National there in West Palm. So, he's got 2 weeks probably most likely off. So, I mean, that's some time for him to kind of work on things in preparation for Bay Hill, because I don't think he can go to Bay Hill where he's missing 5 footers. He's not going to make the cut.
No, toughest course on the PGA Tour easily.
Yeah,
really. You ever play there?
It's a great tournament. It's usually the winners like 8 under, like 7 under, 9 under.
Let's go.
So it's usually one of those grinded tournaments.
And then, this week we'll have the Mexico Open at Vidanta. Field is limited. There are some, like Charlie Hoffman obviously had the big runner-up finish at the Waste Management. He'll be in the field. Tony Finau's the top guy in terms of world ranking. But a tournament like that, I feel like it's always so tough to cap it. It seems like more times than not, the guy who is kind of far and away the best golfer, like a Tony Finau, won't even finish anywhere near the leaderboard. But going into it, everybody likes him to win the tournament.
Yeah. Well, it's because one of those fields, like this. It's probably gonna be a tournament I probably won't tune into, probably because it's just one of those fields. But every time I don't, like what you said, it's like I feel like Tony Finau like wins this tournament.
Right.
Like one of those guys just always wins it. Like a Hoffman, you can see winning it. We'll see. Did the field come out yet for it?
Yeah. So every Friday you have to let them know if you're going to be in or not.
Yeah.
So it did come out, and I was looking at this the other day. So basically, if you're going by world golf ranking, Finau the best. He's 24th overall. You got Hogard, who's had some strong finishes recently. He's the next with world rank. He's 34th. Grillo, who's 40th. Ryan Fox, Thomas Dietrich, Robert McIntyre, Keith Mitchell, Mackenzie Hughes.
Keegan Bradley?
No Keegan Bradley. So it's just,
tough,
you have in the top 50, you have 4 golfers, out of a field, I think, of 150. So it's a lot of, like I would always say, not the who's who, Tony. But I feel like you almost like these tournaments better because then you get to like say, you get to kind of really go digging to find a winner.
Yeah, and like Riley was saying too. I mean, like even though the big names aren't there, these players understand that and they play a little bit better, maybe a little bit harder, a little bit more serious,
right?
And you can get some good competition here. So
yeah,
it's not big names. Doesn't mean it's not gonna be good golf.
And it'll be interesting to see what Hoffman does. Because obviously didn't have a great week at the Genesis, but with this reduced field, do we see him at the top of the leaderboard again? Guys looking to reestablish themselves.
Would you predict him to win right now?
If I had to pick somebody this second, Tony, it really is a tough one, but I don't know why. I'm just feeling Thomas Dietrich for some reason.
Right.
Lock it in.
Now would make sense, but like we said,
Dietrich, man,
that never happens. But it would be great to see Tony win it.
The Dietrich dish.
Yeah. So we'll see. But so Riley, you don't not even like a here and there for a tournament like this. It's just you can't.
Well, I mean, I think the good thing now is like I follow PGA Tour on all socials. So like it's not like I won't be like all like not part of the tournament. I might not tune in, but I'll see all the good shots. I'll see who wins. I'll see the storylines.
I'll see all the good shots.
Well, that's the good thing about social media. You have stuff like that. So
yeah, the PGA Tour definitely has a good Twitter account.
And I have the app. So
yeah, I have to
did
set
you
up my
sign up?
shit.
You didn't sign up, dude.
That's why I was trying to do it right. Dude. I was going to do it. First of all, Mr. Email Man, okay? You told me not to do it because it's going to take me a while, so I haven't done it.
Aaron, do you have a favorite golfer?
I honestly, like, I'm a big Rory guy.
Okay.
This time of year, he's like not as active.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a kid that I met while I was in college. This kid, Chris Gotterup, who's kind of like under the scene right now. He's a Jersey boy, so naturally I root for him.
That's awesome.
He plays well at the Phoenix Open.
No shit.
What's his name?
Chris Gotterup.
Chris Gotterup. Okay. That's awesome that he got to play Phoenix. What an experience.
Yeah, I know that. Again, he went through the Corn Ferry. Through Q School. I mean, he was
that's sick.
Player of the year, I think, when he was at Rutgers.
Wow.
Cool.
So yeah, he's going to be a name in a couple of years.
You knew him from home?
I met him through a college roommate.
Oh, okay.
Brought him to Toad's place.
Oh gosh.
It's a crazy experience, but he's really good. He's got a powerful driver.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You gotta be watching out for that.
You mentioned Rory. He finishes tied for 24th here. Almost misses the cut. With the 74 on day one. Rallies for that 66 to make it on day two. Been a while with the majors. He's been right in the mix every time. I mean, what are your kind of expectations? I mean, you think it's just a matter of time that he is in the winner's circle again at a major? I mean, what do you think there?
I mean, I hope so. I'd like to think so. I mean, I think right now, just the field right now is just super competitive amongst the young players. I feel like it's starting to get to that point where, like you saw that happen with Phil later in his later career.
Yeah.
You're obviously Tiger before he got injured. I still think he's got another major win in him, maybe 2.
Yeah.
I just right now, based on the way he's playing, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
I just want him to win that Masters, man.
Get the
Yeah.
That's
career
it.
Grand Slam.
Just
And
get
I've
the
always
green
had this
jacket.
thought. I don't know about you guys. I feel like if he were to win one relatively soon, that a couple would follow because it would give him that confidence. But right now in majors, I think he's a little nervous.
I agree.
He's been in though, like he's been there.
Yeah, right
like,
there.
He's been there.
What was
US
it? One
Open
shot
last
at the
year.
U.S. Open, and then it was 2 shots at the Open the year before.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. He lost to Cam Smith on the last 2 holes.
And wasn't it something like any other major or Open championship with that score he would have won or something?
Yeah, it's not even like it's not like he's like fumbling it. I mean,
No.
it's not like they're complete fall throughs.
Yeah.
People are just outplaying him, and it's in moments when he's playing some of his best golf.
I do feel like though I haven't really seen him in a long time put 4 solid days together. It's usually like great on day 1, terrible on day 1, great. You know what I mean? Like one or the other. So I think if he could go all the way through, it would, garner better results. We do have a couple comments.
Yeah,
Michael Buck is back.
We got we got a lot of comments
There are a
here.
ton of comments.
We do have a ton of
Josh
comments
B
here.
from his wife's account.
We have I thought you could change the view from up and down to landscape on show. You
You
can,
can, but then you're going left to
but
right.
left to right,
and then
worse.
it's just so much. It's so weird.
It's
dude.
worse. Josh B. Oops, sent that into the wife's account.
Kind of sus, Josh B. 2 different accounts. I don't know.
I think JD
burner
said it
accounts,
yesterday.
burner accounts.
Using his wife's name. That's tough, dude.
We have Matt Gabriel with a let's
Matt
go.
Matty, dude.
Shout out. Hashtag TCA. What a time yesterday. Riley, the Red Sox suck. Thank you. Actually, we just signed
Hendricks.
Liam Hendricks.
Yeah.
So he's out all this year.
He's out the whole year, though.
That's fine.
Yep.
Seems like a Red Sox move.
Yeah. Michael Buckner says, Kev, do so nice fucking with you yesterday.
And then we have Michael
Domac is in the house. He seems kind of tight, dude.
This is BS. Such comes in when I'm not in. Ain't right, man.
Well, if that's not a message to you, Michael, I don't know what would be.
I mean, I don't know if I can be in his presence after the collapse last week. I mean, he's gonna play his better.
Dude, you better be. He's tight. He's still tight.
He should
about
be
that,
tight.
dude.
He
Yeah.
should be tight.
Oh, that
twice.
was with you.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
He's lost
Yeah, he
me
was.
twice
Yeah,
now.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was
Oh,
telling us that.
such an idiot.
Yeah,
Does Domac have
he's
is he a good golfer?
he's a mental midget. Absolute mental midget. Like he collapses through the last 3 holes. He leads the whole through the first 6 and just can't handle it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I haven't been there.
Yeah,
time to
it
time,
happens.
you know.
whole 2 years.
Yeah.
And you come in here and be like, I just don't get it.
It's not even like it's not like he's playing bad golf. It's just like 1 hole or 2, and
Yep.
again, you get
Right.
it. Like you can. It's so hard to just gain 1 stroke. Meanwhile, you could drop 5 in a hole.
Yeah, all of a sudden you
And
shoot
then
a
not
9.
to be
yeah.
tight, not to like just lose your composure.
I know. Yeah.
Never collapsing again.
Wow.
That's what he
That's-
says.
that's a
what he
big
said.
call.
Promise?
Yeah, really
Wow.
a guarantee right there, Michael.
Wow.
I'll
Yeah,
bet you
yeah.
the
Can we
next
put
time.
that on paper?
Yeah, dude.
He'll top the ball the next time he tees.
Yeah,
the ball.
absolutely.
Next
Uh,
time he
yeah.
tees the ball.
And also somewhat of breaking news, Riley, if you could strike that up.
Strike it up, dude.
I'm trying. Which page?
Page number
Well,
2.
Page
Well, it
2,
was-
Tony. That would have been.
Well, it was breaking news, but
Oh, it still is. It
the
still is.
Brewers have signed Brandon Woodruff, 2-year deal. Will miss all of this season, recovering from Tommy John, per Josh B.
Wow.
Oh, wow, dude.
There
Just
we
be-
go. So Josh B
Let's
doing a little
go,
reporting
dudes.
here. And what else we got from Josh B?
Brendan Woodruff.
Can't be a
dude.
burner if I'm saying it's me. And then
Yeah.
what else did he say at the bottom? Oh, at least you guys will know her name when you finally meet her.
Yes.
LOL. And then Michael Butka says he was hammering Tatum yesterday. But
I mean,
last time I
loss.
checked, Michael, I think it was a 2-point loss, if I'm not mistaken.
Tim, great player. Great player.
But yeah, that was awesome. The Michael 2K.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
5 minutes on Woodruff. What do you got?
But honestly, these deals are good, and usually you don't
Yeah.
see a guy who's going to miss a season re-sign with that
Mhm.
team.
Yeah,
we saw
no,
like
very
Chad
true.
Green go to the Blue Jays last year,
Yeah.
that type of deal. And then what's the deal with Hendricks? Is it a 2-year deal, Riley, or is it an option?
It's a 2-year, fully guaranteed.
Okay,
$10 million deal. He's going to be out probably till around July, August, maybe earlier.
Oh, so he will pitch this year.
He has a chance of pitching this
He's
year.
gonna
Yes.
pitch.
Okay.
Yes. But the thing is, Jansen leaves after this year, so he's going to slide into the closer role when he's fully
Kenley
healthy.
Jansen is so annoying, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
Well, I think for Riley's sake, when the Red Sox are in last place, around the All-Star break, he's going to be hoping that Jansen's having a lights out year.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
get a good
Flip 'em.
compensation package.
Yeah.
Hopefully Tyler O'Neill has like 35 homers to flip him too.
You know who might be pretty good though? He was on my fantasy team last year. Was Duran?
Jenneran's good.
Yeah. Seems like he could be there for a while.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
What is he like? 25, 26?
He's like 25. Yeah. 25.
Okay. And then Josh B with the Tatum and the Randall and the Kev do come back here soon. Josh B, you too. And then is that Michael in the background? That was Michael in the background.
Yeah,
so
it was
Michael Butka right on top of it. But let's go now to the world of the National Hockey League.
Let's.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's the middle. Great hit. That's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink Wellington made the full split save.
Are you kidding me? Turn. Side of the net between the legs and they score! Filthy! David Pasternak,
The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Not to
All right. What do we got?
backtrack a little bit though,
Yeah.
but Ryan and I were talking about before the show what happened to Jordan Spieth with being DQ'd.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, what do you think about that rule?
It's antiquated because
Right?
the TV keeps the score. Why do we need to just,
Like,
Yeah,
how
I
tough
agree.
is that?
And
dude?
we're so anxious in every other sport to change everything.
Yeah.
And then you have something like that makes the game better.
Like, I feel so bad
and
for
we're
him.
not doing it.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want. Yeah, but I don't want to like harp on it. But like Jason Tatum, when he scores 30 points, he doesn't go in the locker room and sign a sheet like, oh yeah, I scored 30, not 29.
Right.
Like there's
right.
so much coverage of the like
Yeah.
everyone
And-
knew what he shot. He made
Yeah.
a mistake. Why the hell is he being punished for it?
Yeah,
I
and
think
it's like
dumb.
the rest of the weekend wasn't better because Jordan Spieth wasn't there.
It was actually
Yeah,
hurt.
yeah.
It was way the cover. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Kinda
hopefully
tough,
that's something that they correct sooner rather than later. But obviously we've got to talk about the Rangers.
Yep.
Big W, 6-5 yesterday. Obviously we watched it here in its entirety. And I have to say, overall, to regular season wise, up there for I think the most exciting game I've ever seen, in the regular season.
Yeah, dude.
And I think as well for as negative as I felt for most of the game, for them to pull out the victory late. Unbelievable feeling.
I mean, again, like you said, it was so incredibly entertaining. A comeback overtime win. I believe the first time, right? There was a 3-goal comeback in an outdoor game. Not to mention, it is a Stadium Series game, so it's like a large, like the stage is set for a great game, and they certainly, I thought, lived up to the hype here, especially like. I mean, the scoring was early and it was often. We saw fights, like it was getting chippy. Like it was an incredibly entertaining game.
Everybody was going nuts with I forgot the guy's name, but who started the fight?
Matt Rempe?
Yeah,
Rempe.
That must have been
Monster.
been awesome to be there
The
for that.
story afterwards was even better. So again, because this is his first actual NHL shift.
Yeah, crazy.
Matt Martin came to the face of that and goes, congrats on your first thing. You want to go? And he was like, I mean, I'm not going to say no. So they would have went after, and he shadowing Ty Domi with the pumping up the crowd.
Yeah,
It was awesome. I mean, the place was loud. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously the goals early made got everybody on their feet, but it was awesome. It was cool.
And we saw the Rangers after the first period, but they did score first. Gustafsson is fifth, made it 1-0, but 3 unanswered by the Islanders, Nelson, Horvat, and Barzal, all with goals. I mean, I've had concerns about Igor all season long, just giving up goals in bunches. I mean, being there, what did you see? I mean, did it seem like all the fans were getting pretty fed up with him just letting up these goals like this? I know they weren't all his fault, but
I mean, I think as just from a goaltending standpoint, I don't think it was easy for either goalie. The game was obviously a 3:00 start, and there was a sun glare issue.
okay.
So at the start of the game, there still was a lot of brightness reflecting off the ice. So again, I don't know. Again, neither of these goalies have ever played an outdoor game before, so I don't know what kind of impact that had on. But obviously, by the second period, both goalies settled in. Igor started looking a little bit more comfortable in the net. I think in the long term, obviously, as a Ranger fan, he's going to be fine, right? You got the goalie guru and Benoit Allaire, who's going to be with him. You got Johnny Quick to give some insurance as well as assurance in practice. And obviously, I think to your point, like the goals and bunches are like need to stop.
Right.
And I think there's just something about the team right now that for some reason when Quick plays, and like you saw this last year when Halak would be in that, for some reason, like the guys just for some reason have picked a goalie to play better defense in front of. And I don't know why it's only Quick this year. But I think they're just kind of banking that Igor's going to bail him out like he's done in years past, but it's not sustainable the rest of the season.
Yeah, I don't know. And maybe it sounds like I'm kind of just, kind of mailing it in for him already, like too early.
What is the alternative?
I just,
Right.
I would
He wants
feel
to deal him.
like, listen, John Quick is great. He's not going to. He's not here to win you a cup.
No, he's
He
not.
was never signed for that intention.
Yeah.
And he honestly, like, what we've gotten out of him has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
But it's really like come playoff time, he's in his late 30s. This was a point to kind of just provide an insurance policy, but he was never going to be a 60 gamer, and he's not going to be a 16 gamer.
No, yeah. I mean, I always, so far this season, again, like you have to appreciate how great he's been. Love that. The story, Connecticut, long time, Ranger fan, obviously.
Yeah, Tony loves the Connecticut aspect of it.
But, again, like how often have we seen, these playoff series go 7 games, double, triple overtime? Like he's just not going to have the longevity in his legs. Like I just don't think he's going to be able to have that.
I will say by the time we get to March, like by the late March, Igor's gonna be back to his old self, right?
Yeah.
If there was a time, just like when we went through the low stretch, if there was a time for them to play poor hockey, it was this time of year, before the trade deadline, before things got too serious. Imagine I would be ripping my hair out if this was late March, early April, and we were playing this poorly. And we play this poorly, and we're still the top team in the Metro.
I mean, thank God we got off to a great start, dude. Like, honestly.
I just feel like with Igor, though, it goes back to last year, though. That's the reason why I'm just like kind of like, how many times do we need to see this? And it's like we're saying he's going to bounce back, but haven't we seen like a large sample size of him being kind of mediocre from the past year?
Outside perspective, like not a Rangers fan.
We get it.
He is a stud. Like someone that played goalie, and like what Aaron said with the outdoor game, like that's a truth. I played an outdoor game in high school. During the day, cannot see the puck if it's a low shot come from the ground. If you saw it, Igor played fantastic. He was the reason they won that game when the sun went down and the lights came on and there was no more glare. He made like the last 19 saves to keep him in that game.
They peppered him with shots. It was 38-20 like midway through the second period. It's like, I mean, he at the end of the day, he gave up 5 goals. And anyone would say 5 goals for a goal, he's a bad day. But he stood on his head when he needed to. I mean, it was a bad goal to give up early in the third period. But I mean, he hung in there the rest of the period, gave him a chance, and this team's gonna keep playing late into games.
And maybe I'm just guilty of, if you're going back 3 years, I mean, that 21-22 season, his goals against were 207, his save percentage was 935. It just seemed like he was going to be our Patrick Waugh. Yeah. And then it's like, the numbers have gone down the last few years. So, maybe he's still okay, but it's like, I had that expectation that he's going to be legendary Hall of Famer. And it just seems like that he keeps getting further away from that.
He is going to be one.
No, yeah, he is going to be at the end of his career. He certainly will be going to the Hall of Fame. And I mean, I think people he's had some struggle with injury, obviously struggle with ups and downs and inconsistencies. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he does post great numbers. I mean,
the numbers this year are not. That's mediocre.
They've been up and down. I mean, again, he started out like tough. His save percentage was below 900. I think his goals against was over 3. So
901, 35 games. I mean, it's not a small sample size.
No, it's not.
But he's at 901 right now.
Yeah.
Again, you'd say anything for starting goalie, anything over
900 is good.
Win. And again, with the team who's been playing, like when you talk about that stretch where we were averaging like 4 goals a game. Again, like you got to say, like again, there's certain metrics when it comes to goaltenders in general that the numbers just don't tell the truth. Right, like there's gonna be a lot of games where he's gonna be out there and he's left on an island. Right, there were a lot of games. How many games did we miss out without Fox? Right, I'm not saying that Fox has been perfect this year.
Yeah,
right, because then you can make the same argument when it comes to his statistics. Again, offensively he's great, but in the defensive zone he has not been perfect. So is Fox not the guy? Are we willing to sell on Fox? Again, I think and I'll like to create some type of analogy. As a Cowboy fan, I deal with the same thing with Dak. Right, everyone every year is going to say, just get rid of him, find another guy. But what is the alternative? Is like the grass isn't going to always be greener. You look at the goalies on the league. Hank was not great. Like even the years that when they made the cup runs.
Yeah.
You know. So, but statistically, he was not the best goalie in the league. But we still look at him. They will chant his name forever in the Garden. And they will do that for Igor as well.
Yeah, and I think Igor eventually, like Aaron Such says, like he's being left on an island sometimes. But in big moments, sometimes he does shine. And again, you look at this game too yesterday. Stadium Series games, historically, whatever it be, the glare and whatnot, are always higher scoring. I think between the Stadium Series goals this weekend, there were 20 goals, right? 11, and then there was 9 in the Devils Flyers game. There's always going to be higher scoring. And I do think like the past couple games, I think Laviolette mishandled him in terms of when to start him. I thought he should have been I thought he should have started against the Canadiens for sure.
Right.
Especially after the shutout, like, I just thought it was an odd time to be, we kind of want to keep Quick fresh, but it's like, then you're going to have him rest extra days, and then start in a Stadium Series game for the first time. Like, I don't know. I just thought Laviolette mishandled that a little bit. And like Such says, I think that over some time here, Igor is going to be, back.
Well, and I think there was an eye for what is it, tomorrow against the Stars?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I think that Quick's going to start that game, right?
Think, especially it was yesterday was such a long, actual long game. It was taxing based on the weather. I think that it would be appropriate to
I think so.
To start. Laviolette historically has always like matched his goalies based on conference.
Right.
So like you'll always notice he'll tend to start Igor in Eastern Conference matchup games and let Quick play the Western Conference, because again, Igor's gonna have to see these guys come playoffs.
Yeah.
Right. So like might as well get him playing against the Penguins, against the Islanders, the Bruins, and all those teams that you're gonna see in those deep runs. So again, I think it's a great excuse. You're playing the Stars, who's another good team in the league, right? Give Quick, who's coming off fresher legs. But again, that's the whole point of the balance, right? Like Quick is here to step up, and it's not like, oh my God, like we're gonna give up 10 goals today and because our goalie can't handle it. But thank God you have Quick as that insurance policy. But again, just
and
gonna be fine.
at the end of the day, like the defense has got to be better too. You saw, I think it was Horvat that absolutely torched Miller like up the right wing side, like that ended in a goal. Like, and again, like that goal, like maybe Igor could have had that one.
That was his worst one of the day.
That was probably his worst give up too. Was like right.
That's kind of what I was going to say.
No, that one.
But still, like, dude, like Miller literally gets absolutely torched. Like,
I don't think any other goal you could put on outside of that one.
Oh yeah, and I don't. Well, maybe I think there was one other one that we just got kind of beat glove side.
He also had Linger,
that was from the
who's
shot,
dying in the corner.
Dude, the high stick that was missed.
He gets taken off the ice with the rag on his nose. All right, so you're playing 5-on-4 and the puck's already down low. And
that puck like
drill.
That was puck
Romanov,
and
that was him who high sticked like lingering, like So you can't put all these goals on him, obviously. So
I guess and you guys, I think have followed hockey a lot longer than me, but I just feel like I don't like the trend, and I just where's the 10-game stretch where the goals against is 2 and there's a couple shutouts.
No, I totally agree.
And I know he just had a shutout, but like that was who was that against? The shutout.
It wasn't the Canadiens, obviously. Before it was the game before Black Hutton. No.
Oh, the Flames. The
Calgary Flames.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I just want to see more of that. And like where you guys were saying about, like he's going to be Hall of Fame. I just feel like, there's some stuff he still has to do. Like if the trajectory keeps going this way, like
he's what, 27?
27,
right?
Yeah.
In terms of goaltending, like goaltenders are like linemen in the NFL. Like they age better as they get older.
Yeah.
To say that
28.
He's already won a Vezina, and like before he's been 28.
It's insane.
He's gonna only like get better when he's 30, 31, 32.
Would you have pulled him yesterday?
Pulled him?
Yeah, after being down like 4-1, you would have pulled him?
I thought that they were going to,
me
but
too.
I think that because of the moment, I think the same way that I would have argued for him to play against the Canadiens.
Yeah.
It's almost like you got like breaking in a horse. He's just got to go for 6 games straight. Right. I know he's gonna be tired. He needs to see the shots. The injury, because of the injury, he's not seen as many shots as other starting goalies in the league have this year. Right. And like that takes time to get readjusted. I know, Riley could speak to this more since he played former goalie, but a lot of goalies will talk about like their eye lines when it comes to an arena. Right. So they use the rafters, they use like other physical features inside of arena to kind of give them gauges to depth, and especially when they can't see with players crowding the front. And you have nothing like that in an open setting. Like you have no guidelines.
Yeah.
So you're kind of just like, and now you're adding the glare to it. You're kind of like, at the mercy of whatever your defense can help you
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
So you kind of just hope to make that first save first and hope that someone's there to clean it up.
Yeah, between the glare, and then once the puck gets above the boards where it turns into glass,
Right.
and the stands are so far away,
Yeah, it's like
you like lose it. Like it's just like
Right.
it messes with you. And I don't think I thought they should have pulled him for the team's sake, not his sake. I
Right.
thought after it went 4-1 early in the second, it was like there's still a shit ton of time left in this game.
Mhm.
You need to find some spark in this team. That's when I thought they should have pulled him. Not because it was his fault, just I thought it was a spark they needed.
Yeah.
But I guess they didn't. And I mean, the fantastic win.
Worked out for the best.
And how
Like,
about
I
though?
think how we don't make the decision.
Yeah, because he was fantastic the rest of the
Right,
game.
like,
He was fantastic.
And how about the 5-on-3 at the end of the game, pulling the tender?
dude, that was such a great move by Laviolette. And I feel like I haven't really seen that very often.
Yeah.
Where like they're on the power play, like, and it's like with
Usually it's discouraged just because like since they can
Yeah.
ice the puck, they get a free shot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Times.
and it
Yeah.
was 4-on-4 too. Like
Yeah.
it was already 4-on-4. So like it was 5-on-4 after they pulled the goaltender. And I want to say at that point there was 8-ish minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So
Eh,
8-ish minutes. I don't know. I wasn't sure. And then to double down, do it again at the end
Yeah,
of the game
nuts.
too. I mean, that was crazy, dude. Like that was
Insane.
like again, like Laviolette, great decision.
I
Like,
thought that 10-minute power play was like must score.
you're right.
When they didn't score on that one, I was like, oh, it's
Mhm.
at 8 minutes on that. Now they need 2.
Yeah.
I thought that one was must score. And for they did, let's call it out, is the undisciplinedness from the Islanders.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
was the reason that
Amazing.
And we've
Like-
seen them have these third periods, overtimes all
Yep.
season long.
Mhm.
That's their 14th
Oh yeah,
loss
they've
in
imploded. dude.
shootouts and
the worst
overtime.
power play in the league. I mean, worst penalty kill in the
I
league
think
too.
they're-
Yeah.
I think they're nearing a record for most overtime
Or-
losses.
overtime
Yeah, I think
losses,
so. Right,
yeah.
14.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yes, that's crazy, dude.
And we saw the offense last 2 games. I mean, 13 goals. Obviously, that's good. And Trocheck with a couple goals. Kreider the game before had the hat trick. He scored in this one as well. Mika seems like he's getting going. Panarin's been strong all season. We've talked a lot about like what they need to do before the deadline. Obviously, the Wheeler injury, kind of pushes things
It was-
forward.
it was perfect.
Tony's been talking about third line center all year. What do you think they're going to do before the trade deadline?
So it's funny because I think I was talking about this yesterday with my father, who was sporting the Johnny Brzezinski jersey. I think that he can qualify for a good third line center for now. He's playing better than most third line centers.
Recently, he has been. Yeah.
I think that my first initial thought when Wheeler went down was like this was probably his perfect save because now he doesn't have to get dropped, put on waivers, and leave the team. He'll stay with the team. He'll be on the LTIR. It won't affect the cap anymore.
Mhm.
He'll be able to collect that ring with the team instead of just getting it mailed to him after the season. You got to make a splash, I think, at this point, and it's got to be a right winger right now. And I think that now you have a little bit of more breathing room with the cap space. That
Mhm.
you need to not only sign a right winger. I think you need to provide some depth of probably to get maybe yourself another third line guy. Because I think again, depending on what the package looks like for your right winger, like I don't want to. He's one of my favorite players. I love Kapokako. He may be part of the package depending on who it is.
But you're okay with trading him, basically.
I mean, just, like the one thing that makes me happy, at least Loft can play.
Mhm.
Right.
Right now, he's proved that he can play.
Right.
And I think that the injuries haven't helped Kako this season. He's been playing better hockey, and I think that as a checking forward for the line he's playing on the third line, you got to have guys who are able to dump the puck, forecheck it, maintain puck possession, cycle it down low. You get that out of Cooley. Brzezinski's a role player. He understands that that's a mentality as well there.
Mhm.
I think by adding guys like Edstrom and Rempe, like you're adding size. They're 6'7" and 6'8", which when we played the
Ridiculous.
Lightning in the Eastern Conference Finals, you look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
that team and their average stature is like 6'3", and you look at our second line right now, and all of them are under 6 foot. So I think you need line players like that. The Goodrow contract is getting worse and worse every
Mhm.
game.
Tony's tight about it.
It's
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like you signed him up for a need back then, and now you're
Mhm.
living with the consequences. Everybody's all in on like bring back Tarasenko, and like
I don't see that. Dude.
I need a guy. You need to stop going with the mentality of bring a guy who needs like a new change of scenery. No, I need a guy who's already proving he can score.
Right. He's just
Bad
going to
team,
go in and
Good
score.
team. I think Drury has a possibility. I would love, honestly, if I can add 2 guys right now, both from the same team,
Mhm.
St. Louis Blues. Hopefully they start trending down. I want Kevin Hayes because he can play the right wing. He can help you on the third line.
Mhm.
Obviously, former
Mhm.
Ranger royalty. He could play center. He's talk about stature, talk about
Yeah, big
time
boy.
of play.
Playoff
Perfect for the
body.
third.
Yeah.
perfect playoff body.
He's got some dangles too.
And he will be super cheap. His
Mhm.
contract's
Yeah.
cheap right now. And the Blues will probably eat up that cap space in return for a first rounder. And then jury should right the wrong and bring back Booch.
That'd be
I'd
crazy.
love the KZB line back on the
Mhm.
first.
Mhm.
He's that perfect north-south player. Again, that second line plays a lot of east and west offense
Yeah.
by passing the puck around. You need guys, again, that's what killed us in the Devil series last year was they just outbeat you to every puck. Those
Mhm.
50-50 pucks, when you dump it deep and are able to get to it before the other team while still on the offense and making a change, like that's what wins you games, and that's what killed us. We just do not have speed right now. And not saying that Booch does, but you need a guy who can score
Mhm.
and a guy who can bang in the corners at the end of the day.
And what do you think too? I've just seen, and I'm newer to watching this. This is like my third season I've watched. But it seems like, they've struggled to score in the playoffs. And Tony said before the season, he thought a big part of it, coaching. And obviously we've seen them have a good year a better year, I think, a better start than they were at this point last year. And it seems like, Kreider is having a better year this year. Definitely Panarin is. Mika hasn't scored as much, but I mean, you think come playoff time, we're not going to see that again because of the coaching change? Or do you think it's still up in the air? We got to see how they play down the stretch.
I mean, you talk coaching. I mean, like, I think it also goes back to our point with Igor as well. Like, the reason Igor flourished under Gallant is because he was made to make every big save.
Mhm.
Like, that was just a style. That's his style of play, is having to make the big save in the big moments. And right now, Laviolette focuses on a big team defense, on big team systems, which we need, because, like, that's what killed us in that series last year was, the Devils made changes and we didn't. And because of that, because of Gallant's lack of experience or lack of knowledge of changing schemes, like, it's what murdered us in games 5, 6, and 7. But I think that, again, Mika's a star player, right? Marches around the corner, which means Mika March is coming around. He'll get hot at the right time. He does it every year. But I think that it's a good point. You talk about scoring in the playoffs, like that. Again, those first line matchups are brutal. Teams are going to be matching you up with their best defensive line, and really, what's going to come down is, can you gain scoring from your second and third? And I know that doesn't help because Mika's going to have to score for us to win games.
Right.
And we've seen that happen, but I think it's like, I look back to 2 years ago during the Carolina series, like the reason we won that series was because the kid line was scoring goals.
Right.
Like, that's what's important. And I think that's like a top down type of mentality, is like, if you are not getting goals from your first line, they can't hurt. As long as they're not hurting you, they're doing their job still.
Right.
Like, they're maintaining, they're holding off a line who otherwise may be scoring against you. So you need to get the second line scoring, which right now we've seen a lot of it between Trocheck, between Panarin. Loft's at like 14 goals already this year, which he's on pace to probably set a new career high for this season with 27 left in the game season. But I think, to your point, talking about the third line additions, like, you need to find a third line player who can score goals. But hopefully Laviolette, and talking about from a coaching standpoint, can put Mika in situations where he's going to get the matchup, right? Especially when you're the home team and you have that last change, right? They're sitting out their third or second line. Maybe it's a better matchup for you guys offensively. He's got to be out there, he can't just be a goal scorer on the power play. He needs to find a way to be more efficient on 5-on-5.
That's for sure.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, great to win 7 in a row. Things are looking up, and we'll see what they do at home, against Dallas tomorrow. Before we do our frenzy, Tony, if you could just give me a little assistance, with the picks here
From Friday
into
and
Saturday.
I don't even think we've used. Did we pick Friday?
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
Canes.
Yeah. So I'll start with you. You had Canes in the under.
What was the over under at?
I think it was 5.5.
6.5. So I got 2 points.
Okay, 2 points, and then on to Saturday.
Let's see what we got going on here. Oilers Stars.
Stars in the over.
Just one right there, so it's 3.
Kings in the under.
Just one right there, so it's 4.
Senators in the under.
Just one right there, it's 5.
Flames in the under.
Just one right there, it's 6.
Panthers in the over.
2 there. Let's go.
Blues in the under.
Blues and the under 0.
Ducks in the under.
Ducks in the under. I took Ducks in the under 0.
Flyers in the over.
Yeah. I got 1 right there, so that's 9.
Canucks in the under.
Jeez. Hold on. Let's see the over under. Let me just double check. Over under that 5.5. So I got nothing right there.
Knights in the under.
Golden Knights in the under 1, so that's 10
Blue
points so
Jackets
far.
in the under.
Blue Jackets in the under got 1, so it's 11.
Okay, 11. So that
Yeah.
puts you at 164. And then we'll tally up mine here.
Let's go, baby.
Let me just mark that down before I forget. So
164. Don't you forget it.
Tony 164. All right. So Coyotes in the under. That's 1, right?
That would be 1.
Bruins in the over. 1.
Bruins in the over 1.
Oilers in the over.
Oilers in the over 2.
Blackhawks in the over.
Sorry, let me go back. Blackhawks and the over 1.
Red Wings in the under.
The Red Wings in there. There's 2 right there.
Panthers in the over.
2 right there.
Predators
9.
in the under.
Predators in the under 1.
Wild in the under.
Sorry, I move back up a little bit. Where's the Wild? Wild in the under. That's 2.
Leafs in the over.
Leafs in the over. It's 2 more.
Canadians in the under.
0.
Canucks in the under.
0.
Golden Knights in the over.
0.
Sharks in the under.
0.
So how many was that?
It was 14 points.
Okay, so it's 164 to 150
Okay.
going
I know
into tonight.
I've been going on a little skid recently, dude. Honestly.
A little skid.
Just like the Boston Bruins.
I have a chance
Dude,
before
shut
the
fuck-
spring training games on Saturday. But it is
so rude.
time, Riley, for a hockey frenzy.
All right, baby. It is Monday around the NHL, February 19th, and we have a ton of games tonight, dude, which is actually kind of sweet for a Monday night. Speaking of Monday night, we're actually starting early and often today,
1 o'clock?
dude. 12:30, Brian.
There we go.
We're going to be
President's Day.
in Buffalo. I'm sorry, President's Day, dude. We're going to be in Buffalo, the wings, the Buffalo sauce in the streets as the Sabres are going to be taking on your Anaheim Ducks, dude. We got both of these teams here. The over-under is at 6.5, Riley. Mark that down. Sabres are the home favorites at minus 190. Again, we got both these teams having a tough year in general, but a tough last 5 games. Both teams dropping 3 out of their last 5. The Ducks losing heavily to the Maple Leafs this past weekend, 9-2. What do you think here, Brian?
A rebound spot for the Ducks here on the road. Adam Henrique may be trying out for those scuffling Bruins. So let's say we're going to see some scoring in this one, but give me the Ducks 6-3 in Buffalo.
Oh, that is pretty tough there. Aaron, you want in on this little frenzy here?
Yeah, I'll go Buffalo 4-2.
Buffalo 4-2. He wants Buffalo and the under. I kind of like that, honestly. I think Buffalo at home here. I think Ducks, I don't know, man. They haven't been scoring a lot recently. Not to say the Sabres have necessarily, but they did beat the Kings, I think, last week 7-0, something like that. So they can score. So give me the Sabres here. I'll say 3-1 there. So Sabres and the under there, Brian. Next up, speaking of the scuffling Bruins, dude. They're going to be at home, TD Garden tonight, playing the Dallas Stars, a very good team, Riley.
Playing a very good team.
Playing a very good team.
2 very good teams.
A team that's on a little bit of a skid here. The Bruins have a 4-game losing streak. Some tough losses there. Shootout against Tampa Bay. Overtime against the Kings, we know. Shut out by the Capitals as well early last week. The Stars have won 3 of their last 5 games. Over under here, a little bit lower, 5.5. Yeah. Obviously, great goaltending matchup here. And TD Garden, the Bruins have a solid home record, but the Stars 17-6-4 on the road. What do you think here?
Yeah, the Bruins burned me on Saturday. They're on the boycott list the rest of the season. Never taking them again. That was absolutely putrid on Saturday. I can't believe that they lost that game. So yeah, give me the Stars here. Fuck the Bruins. We're gonna say the Stars 6-3.
Aaron,
I'm gonna go with the Bruins. Bruins aren't not just a skid, but I think they've lost also 4 straight at home as well.
Is it 4 straight at
I
home?
think all those games have been at home.
5 out of their last 6.
Oh, you're right.
Lost
You're
5
right.
out of their last 6 at home.
And just because the Rangers are on a 7-game win streak, there's no way they win on Tuesday. The Stars are gonna rebound after this game. So give me the Bruins 5-1.
Wow, interesting, dude. I don't know. I can't see. I think Bruins continue their skid. Boston, I don't know what's going on in the TD Garden, dude, but the fans aren't showing up.
They might miss the
The
playoffs.
fans are showing up. The fans are showing up.
Give me the Stars.
Is Montgomery
here.
on the hot seat? Trade Hallmark.
I wish you guys lost that
Give
fucking
me
game.
Ottinger, dude. second shutout of the year for him.
A shutout?
Stars
You're like just
Stop.
twisting
go
the
on
knife.
to win this game 3-0.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
So give me stars in the under, please.
Yeah.
Next game up, let's keep it moving along. Brian's second favorite team here, the San Jose Sharks taking on the Golden Knights at home in San Jose. You can imagine here the Sharks are heavy home dogs here at plus 230. So if you want to sprinkle a few shekels, Riley, to get some plus money and ask for a miracle. Over-under set at 5.5 here. Honestly, Knights dropping 3 of their last 5 games, only scoring 4 goals in their last 2. A little unlike there for the Knights, but what do you think here? Can the Sharks capture lightning in a bottle?
Speaking of another team that screwed me over on Saturday, the Knights, and just recently, again, like they're not the lock that they were, so I'm just gonna pick against them right now. So I like the Sharks here in the upset. Let's say 3-2.
Oh, gosh, dude, what do you got here, Such?
Nah, I'm gonna go with we're gonna go with the Golden Knights here. They're gonna score the same amount of goals they've only scored in the past couple games. They're gonna win 4-1.
Yeah, I really could agree there more. Wow, Such taking the under there. So Knights in the under. I mean, Sharks are bums. Mackenzie Blackwood's a bum. Logan Couture is hurt again.
Thomas Hurdle?
Tomas Hurdle is okay, I guess. I mean, he's like their top guy, which is fine. It's fine, whatever. But he's like a third line player on any other team, I feel. But give me the Golden Knights here, making an emphatic victory. I don't know, maybe like 5-1, 5-2.
Okay, so
5-1. So Knights in the over, baby.
Okay.
Let's go. Keep it moving here. The frenzy. Speaking of Aaron Such's Blues here, St. Louis taking on the Maple Leafs at home here. Both teams pretty solid their last 5, I guess. Maple Leafs on a little bit of a tear. 3-game win streak, beating the Blues actually early last week 4-1. But the Blues also winning 3 of their last 5 games, beating the likes of the Edmonton Oilers. Over under set 6.5 here. What do you want to see here from the Blues? Anything? Shut up. Nope.
No. I think it's too much for him to handle. A lot of firepower. Toronto offense. Tavares, Matthews. So I'm going to say this is a 5-4 Maple Leaf victory.
Such, what do you got?
Matthews is absolutely crushing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Toronto. Give me Toronto. We'll go 5-2.
Toronto 5-2. You pick Toronto too?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go against you, dude. I think I'll take the Blues here with some plus money, plus 135 right now. I think Maple Leafs beat the Blues. That kid got his first career hat trick. What's his name? Bobby something. But anyway, and I think he was the only one really on the score sheet. I think maybe Nylander had a goal, whatever. But actually, fucking Matthews was pretty quiet against the Blues. They did a pretty good job shutting him down, I think. So maybe the Blues could do that and avoid another hat trick here from the Maple Leafs. I'm going to say in a tight one, the Blues win this one in OT. I guess giving Pooch Nevers the OT winner. They win 4-3. Blues and the over, baby. Next game up, we're gonna go to Minnesota, baby. Beautiful St. Paul. The Wild are taking on the Canucks, who burned me, this past weekend. But nonetheless, the Wild here winning 4 of their last 5, just dropping their last game to Buffalo in overtime. Over under here at 6.5. The Wild plus money at home, plus 110 here against the Canucks.
Yeah, give me the Canucks. Wild, one of those teams. I know recently, yes, good stretch, but mediocre, disappointing this year. Is Matt Zuccarello on the way out before the deadline? We'll see. But yeah, give me the Canucks in the under. I'm going to say Demko, the shutout, 3-0.
Wow. Such, what do you got?
I was literally just gonna say Canucks. Just because I was gonna go with the shutout, I'll go Canucks.
I was gonna
3-1.
shutout too, honestly, dude. I swear to God.
I'm gonna go with the Canucks 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah.
All right, give me Canucks 3-0. Thatcher, Demko, shutout. I think it's 6th of the year, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, next game. That's right, that's me. Losing it here. We're going to be in Seattle next up. Let's keep it going here. The Kraken taking on the Red Wings here. Kraken suck, dude, if you ask me. But the over-under is 6.5, and they are favorites here at home at minus 130. So maybe Red Wings, a little plus money, Brian?
Plus money, Red Wings. You don't back a struggling team.
Absolutely not.
So give me Detroit here, 3-2.
I'll go with reciprocal. I'm going to go with Seattle 3-2.
Wow, dude. I'm going to go with Detroit here. Alex Lyon has been absolutely killing it in between the pipes in lieu of Husso.
Petty Kane.
So, Petty Kane. Hip injuries. Petty King, old
Shoot
man.
time?
I don't know. What?
Boomer?
Boomer.
Sydney?
Sydney is Hyacinth.
Oh.
Give me Dylan Larkin here. I think he's due for just 2 goals and an assist. Let's say that.
Oh, yeah.
And why not? I'll give another shutout. Lion. Why not, dude? Kraken suck.
A lot of
They
shutouts.
win 4-0. 4-0. So give me Red Wings and the under, dude. Next game up, the Calgary Flames. A little battle of Canada A here as they take on the Winnipeg Jets at home. Over-unders at 5.5. Jets on a 3-game winning streak right now. Flames on a 3-game losing streak. So both teams, we know about them. Flames can't really score that much, I feel. Over under 5.5 because of that, Brian. What do you foresee?
Yeah, Flames can't really count on them. I know the Jets haven't had their best stretch of the season, but give me the Jets and the under. Uninspiring 2-1 victory.
Uninspiring.
Yeah.
Are you uninspired, Aaron?
I'm uninspired as well. I think
Yeah.
there's gonna be low scoring. I like
Shad.
Shifley with the game winner. Give me Jets 2-1.
Jets 2-1. Yeah, I guess I'll take the Jets and the under as well. We know about Hellebuck having a great year, and Markstrom too has been playing crazy. Even against the Rangers, he was a big reason why they were even close in that game. So I guess give me the Jets here. Kyle Connor will go and assist. Jets win, I don't know, 2-1. Uninspiring. Sure, why not, dude? I am uninspired. You know who's not uninspired? Ryan Barnaby in this next matchup, because the Arizona Coyotes taking on his Edmonton Oilers in the beautiful Arizona. I'm sure we'll have a packed house of 4,000 people here. It's going to be great at the Mullet Arena. Over-unders at 6.5. The Coyotes, of course, home dogs, plus 225. Coyotes are on like a 7-game losing streak, I think.
Melka, terrible now.
Ingram getting a little bit of injury here. It certainly is tough. Or the Oilers going to spank them around.
7-2 Oilers. McDavid, we've seen him not score that much this year. Hat trick. Josh B. Hat trick.
Wow, dude. Aaron
Oilers
Such.
in the over.
I'll go Oilers 5-1.
5-1. So that's Oilers and the under, dude. You did Oilers in the over?
Yeah.
I'll go Oilers in the under, I guess. I would say Oilers win this one 4-2. Coyotes do keep it interesting. Mullet Arena, tough place to play. Next up here, there's a couple games left here on the docket. We're going 7 p.m. normal time here, Monday, President's Day. Carolina, the Hurricanes are taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Hurricanes, minus 450 at home here. Over under at 5.5. I'm honestly not really sure what to think about this game here, but we know the Blackhawks kind of suck. Hurricanes have won 4 of the last 5. You mentioned beating the Golden Knights over the weekend. What do you think?
4-1. Bedard gets one, but the Hurricanes in the under.
Hurricanes in the under.
I like that. I think I'm going to go with the Hurricanes here. Give me Bedard for a couple. So we'll go 4-2.
Wow, Bedard for the couple. I believe he's leading all rookies in goals, right? Gotta be.
It's close. Remember that other guy? I forgot what team he's on. But remember I was saying somebody is like one behind. No.
It doesn't matter. We'll look it up, dude.
Yeah.
The Canes, though, I mean, how do you not go with the Canes here? Hate to go chalk, but give me the Canes and the over. I think maybe like 5-2.
I would lay the 450. Lock of the night.
You would lay the 450 easily?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what you can do tonight here. Next game, the Lightning. Minus 165 at home as they take on the Senators, dude. The Lightning, of course, their emphatic victory against Boston earlier in the week in the shootout. And they beat Colorado after that, but then drop a game 9-2 to Florida over the weekend. Do you think they're going to bounce back against the Senators?
Yeah, because the Senators, I know they've had their run recently, Brady Tkachuk, all of that, but I just think the Lightning at home, as much as I'm down on them, I think they'll win it. I think Vasilevsky will give up a couple, but they'll win 5-3.
Love it. Such.
I go with the upset. I'm going to go with Ottawa here to win 4-3.
That's so tough, dude. I can't. I gotta go Lightning here. Nikita Kucherov, I mean, one of the best players in the league here. And I think Brady Tkachuk has been a little underwhelming for me this season.
Yeah, recently he's put a couple in the back
but
of the
still,
net,
I don't care. He played college hockey. Doesn't matter. So give me give me the Lightning here. Lightning in the over. Let's say higher scoring too. They win 4-3.
And that is the hockey frenzy. So full slate. A lot of good games, so we'll have a lot to talk about tomorrow, as well as the Rangers game against Dallas. And I think we're all in agreement here that that's going to be a quick spot. So it'll be interesting to see if it is, how he plays. Because I know he gave up 4 goals last time against Montreal, a couple late. But overall, I mean, I think the best backup I've ever seen the Rangers have.
Yeah, I think so. And we will be facing the Stars on a back-to-back, so hopefully, we can get some help here, with a toughly fought game. And then on top of that, I guess we would be having Scott Wedgwood, right, for the Stars, maybe. Unless they start him tonight, which I don't think they would do that. I was seeing Jake here first in the docket, unconfirmed right now. But yeah, you're facing the backup tender, so feel pretty good about that, dude.
Yeah. So let's go. And one thing I wanted to mention here before we wrap up, you seem like you're not concerned at all, Riley, with the Bruins.
Okay, I am concerned a little bit, especially with the home. The home is a big thing. You don't lose that much at home. If that was on the road, you can make an excuse. Do I think there's a little bit of a midseason lag coming off the All-Star? Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. The goaltending's still going to be there. And I know I keep saying it, Tony, I've said it to you. I don't really give a shit about the playoffs. I mean, the regular season after last year's playoffs. Like, just get in. Yeah. And then I'll really care. I know they're going to be
get knocked out.
But I do think tonight is a big game to be like, the Stars are a good team. Let's still prove we're a good team. We're at home. This should be like a 4-2. Let's roll them. An empty netter to make it 4-2. Like, let's win this game. But I'm not superly concerned, right?
And if they were to just hypothetically lose their next 5, would you think they would fire Monty or no?
No.
Really?
No.
I mean,
he's changed the whole culture there.
Yeah.
I think he's there to stay for the long run.
And then
I was gonna say, so you got Dallas tonight, and then you go on a little bit of a road trip here: Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, Seattle. So like, I don't know, next 5 games, what do you think they're going?
Well, I think this is a big one to go into that road trip. You win at home, you get this one, you take the flight out, and then it's a big measuring test. So you got Vancouver on the road. Can you beat them?
Right.
You got the Oilers on the road, 2 good teams, 2 hot teams. I would say probably you're looking at a 2-2 road trip the way they're playing right now. 3-1 would be great. I'd love to, even in those losses, take points. Points are big. Send teams overtime, but they have struggled with the Western Conference on the road this year. They had their West Coast trip, Kings, Avalanche. They went to overtime in all those games, lost 4 in a row. They only got 1 point on all of them. So this is a big West road trip to get some confidence, get some wins.
Do you feel confident?
2-2.
Have you been to a game yet this season?
This season, no. I mean, those prices.
That's probably why, honestly.
They don't have the mojo.
Yeah. They need you there in your red shirt.
I think they got a lot to prove, and I don't know. I'm almost surprised Montgomery's getting off the hook. Culture changing. I mean, they completely blew. I know. But you know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like a lot of times we make excuses for people, and it's just like, well, I mean, the guy doesn't have the best track record. I know. Oh yeah, you won all those games, but you lost in the first round to an 8 seed.
That's such a New York sports fan.
It's like right away.
It's like, you know what? Just fire him. Let's get him.
Well, I mean, would the Yankees not have been better off? They fired Boone like 5 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah, no, very true. But I mean, he's not an Aaron Boone like of the NHL.
No, but I mean, that was a pretty bad collapse last year, though. I know
horrific
there's
collapse,
circumstances.
Dude.
No, but you got to win against an 8 seed after breaking the win.
I agree, but there's something about hockey where it is a different sport. Those upsets happen.
But I feel like hockey, though, is very quick with the trigger with coaching, though. Because, like, what Gallant, if you looked at just the surface, his record was pretty good.
Even when Trotz was in with the Islanders, too, like, some teams are.
You talk about a New York team, and you have also Jim Dolan in the building. Like, they want results. They've been good. They went through the rebuild. You got to make a decision, you know?
And also, it's not like, I mean, the Panthers are clearly not a one-and-done team. Like, they're doing great this season, too.
That team went to the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah. And exactly
off a hot goalie too, like
and they're like answering the bell again this season too. So, it's not like.
But that's the thing, like
they were terrible.
Bruins could limp into the playoffs all of a sudden, and you go make a deep run, and it's like you look at this team completely differently.
I mean, they can have not so good of a regular season, come in as like a mid seed, and still torch a team in the postseason because they have talent, they have experience,
playoff experience, and I know this for a fact. Unlike other Boston teams. The Bruins at the deadline will go out and get people.
Oh, I'm sure.
Last year we got Hathaway and Orlov. Like they're gonna make a move for someone. And it also goes to that point where we talk about baseball a lot, where it's like good teams that when you make a move at the deadline, it's not just to get that player. You reassure the team that management believes in this squad.
This is the
and this is it. You see a lot with teams, good teams don't make moves at the deadline. and the team starts playing back,
They're just stale.
it's like all these other teams are making moves and we didn't make a single move.
Yeah,
So
what the hell is that?
I think they're going to make a big move. We're going to be fine, but this is a big litmus test tonight
Yeah.
to win this one.
Riley, is that enough for like a team like the Bruins right now, who've been like the top seed like every other year in the Atlantic, and then as well as in the Eastern Conference, to just win a playoff series?
No.
I mean, they have to be winning an Eastern Conference final.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mhm.
it's one thing like the Rangers have been there, and I think that was like, I hate to say it, like a lucky year when we went
Yeah.
when we got to the Lightning. But like we're just trying to make a deep run. I would love to say we're a cup contender, but I mean the Bruins are like should be there every year. I
Yeah.
don't understand like at what point you back to
No.
kind of
Yeah.
your question with the coaching is like
Yeah.
you got to be there at some point and say, yeah, this is the team, this is the coach who's going to
Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan.
No.
Yeah, but again, like to that's
yeah.
the point. Like, who are you bringing in? That's going to be
Yes.
oh, right. We have to bring someone in, and
But
he
just
has to win the
because
cup.
we
Like, he
can
would have
say,
to win.
who are we bringing in? We just let somebody come up short. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's
we
like-
also fired our
Right.
head coach, Bruce Cassidy,
Yeah.
because we weren't going farther than the second.
How's he
and
doing,
first
by the way?
He won a Stanley Cup. He won a Stanley Cup on a team that needed his defensive coaching.
Mhm.
We needed offensive coaching.
Yeah.
I
So,
just hope the
I
Bruins
don't-
get their act together because I don't know how long it's been, but I'm guessing it's been a while. I want to see a conference final Rangers Bruins. I
When's
think
the time
that
they
would-
were
absolutely not.
When was the
I
time that they
hope-
were in the?
I hope they
conference?
miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
I hope if not, I hope they get wiped in the first round by the Maple Leafs. I do not want to see another Boston team win another thing for the next 30
But how about
years.
let's be the reason why they don't?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Fair enough.
You know,
You don't want to face us.
it's been a long
No, we
time
don't.
though, right?
No, we don't.
You know,
That's a tough
Since
season to play
we
in the playoffs.
played the Bruins in the Eastern Conference Finals,
Or even in the playoffs.
in the playoffs has been a while.
yeah, the playoffs been a while. I couldn't tell you when the last time it was Eastern Conference.
We lost them 4-1. I want to say like 2011, 2012.
Yeah, it's been a long
Oh,
time.
okay, so yeah,
It's been a long
it's been a
time.
while.
Over
But I
a
mean, I
decade.
wouldn't be afraid.
That'd be a
right?
great, just
I would not be
serious
afraid, no.
franchise wise.
I would be afraid of how much money I'd be spending going to the games.
You wouldn't be
That's what I'd
afraid.
of.
You wouldn't be afraid of going into Boston if we had
No,
more
I'm not
because
points.
nervous
this,
about going to
I
Boston.
No, would I
just
be
listen.
Would I be afraid to go?
I
That's
know
a
I
tough
get a little
team.
crazy,
That's
but
a
I
tough
think
team. It is
I
a tough
think
team, but still.
like going back to that playoff series last year, kind of a choke team.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah.
Game 7. It was at home, was it not?
Olmark was playing on a bum.
But you know, a bum.
You're a bum.
Dude,
Yeah.
dude.
So
Aw,
it'll be
dude.
interesting.
Listen,
honestly.
listen. If this happens, like we'll go to the TD Garden. If you like, we'll go to a game together.
Just to
Okay.
watch them losing.
Just to watch, yeah.
Just
And then we
losing.
can do one game at the Garden, one game at
The fake Garden.
I love
Fake
to.
Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take all my graduation money for those 2 games.
Until you're what?
All my graduation money would just go to those 2 games. For me.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. It's ridiculous.
But yeah, so
It's tough.
it's gonna be a great stretch run.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
pumped
dude.
up.
I am pumped for some hockey.
And honestly, what a show today. Following up yesterday,
Yeah, great hockey
Um,
breakdown.
great conversation.
Great job,
honestly.
Such.
Yeah, great to
Thanks
have
for
both of
having
you
me.
guys here
Anytime.
because we were just talking about this yesterday, like with the watch party and stuff.
Mhm.
There's not always a ton of people that are into hockey
Right.
giving you something. A lot of people,
Yeah.
ooh, like what?
Yeah,
Like people
we
don't know
got-
what they're talking
we
about.
got
To have
Shoot the
two
puck.
guys with us.
Yeah.
2 former players as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And actually, Such still plays.
I still play.
Yeah,
I
there
had a
we
game
go.
last night.
There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
So it's great to have that conversation as well as the golf. Same thing.
Yes, dude.
You don't have a lot
Love
of good
that,
people
dude.
to talk about that
I
with.
mean, who wants
so-
to talk about the basketball All-Star Weekend
Oh
anyway?
my god, it's so embarrassing.
Honestly,
So, but it
dude.
doesn't not even worth our conversation. So
Right.
that's that. But once again, would like to thank everybody for tuning in today, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page. Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay. Costume merch, downtimetv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.
Do I have to? Sometimes you got to lay down the hammer, fellas.